Started writing when I was really young.
Natasha Maxwell has always found peace in putting pen to paper.
It helped me find my voice.
Eventually, she wrote her own small-town love story with fellow Sanford native Rob Maxwell, jumping into their next chapter together last April.
It's been quite the first year of marriage.
They created a beautifully blended family and welcomed a darling baby girl. But their newlywed bliss was cut short.
So we've been married through a pandemic, had a baby through a pandemic, and now we're dealing with a cancer diagnosis.
Like so many life-altering events, this one has had them replaying the last several months over and over, realizing what they thought was just an illness were actually warning signs.
The first few symptoms actually started in the summer, and he was having like tenderness in his chest. It did go away, and I wrongly thought that was good.
Then the symptoms progressed.
Unexplained headaches and fatigue, feeling sick, night sweats. The first week of December is when I noticed his thinking changed.
After months of pleading, Rob finally went to the hospital before New Year's.
I, at that point, knew he was hiding something very serious.
At just 34 years old, Rob was diagnosed with advanced choriocarcinoma, a form of testicular cancer.
This one is very rare and it's extremely aggressive.
The chance of getting the subtype of choriocarcinoma is about 1 in 100,000.
Rob's oncologist, Dr. Tom Regenbogen, says choriocarcinoma primarily affects men between 25 and 30, and it can spread quickly. In Rob's case, it was found in his testicle, brain, liver, lymph nodes, and lung.
Symptoms can be vague and not really necessarily something you might have heard of based on other people you've heard of having cancer.
Rob was prescribed 4 rounds of aggressive chemotherapy 6 days a week, sidelining him from precious lessons, adjusting roller skates, and those sweet baby coos. But as his caregiver, Natasha also needed something to quell her emotions.
When I felt like the anxiety building up, I was starting to feel sick.
Natasha finding peace in typing out their most private, painful moments for the public to see.
But I keep writing this blog because I have to find some way to get the frustration and disappointment out of my mind.
Not just to relieve her racing mind, but others, providing resources like links to healthy cookbooks and free yoga classes, as well as raising awareness about the rare cancer that's become all too familiar.
I want all of this to mean something.
Choriocarcinoma may have moved their date nights to a hospital bed and confined jam sessions to the length of an IV line, but the Maxwells are determined to strum to their own beat, not allowing cancer to take their hope or rewrite their future. Dr. Regenbogen says Rob's first 2 rounds of chemotherapy have shown progress. He'll have 2 more and then they'll reevaluate. And as you can imagine, the treatments are expensive and the Maxwells are already dealing with their own pandemic realities, so they're just trying to keep up. You'll find a link to donate to the family and a link to Natasha's blog in this story on WNEM.com.